Welcome to Look and See Outdoors. I got my sidekick with me this evening. We're doing a little exercising. I want to say Happy New Year. Gonna get a video started. Car's coming. Car back. And car up. This is the first day of a brand new year. We're looking at that waxing give us a couple more days until the full moon. Coming to the end of our Christmas break. Come on, son, get over here with me. I thought do another video. No, this video is not going to be about exercising. We just happen to be exercising right now. Try and get in a little daily walking action as we've been doing. I was watching the Alabama-Indiana game, and that's frustrating because Alabama just is not the team. I don't think tonight is going to beat Indiana. But anyway, they've had a good run. So now, I'm about to go around this thing. We'll see where this video leads us. One of my favorite places is the shelter. I always enjoy coming down here. I wanted to share, I think I say that funny, Sonny and Sheer. I had a cool Christmas present from my in-laws. I need to see if I can set this camera. Let's see. I got a cool little chainsaw, battery powered chainsaw. Look at this little thing. Now I know this is not primitive. This is more primitive. This is not off-grid because you're going to need a power source to keep the batteries charged. This is off-grid. The power source is you. Your energy. So wow. This is nice. It is a C... I don't know what that says. C511? Or is that... Yeah, that is a 5. Or is that a... CC? Or is it a... Yep, that's a C side. I don't know. I have not ever seen one of these. I've seen them in like DeWalt and what's the other ones? Milwaukee. This one is so cool. Let's see how it cuts, shall we? Let's see how this does. Whoa, okay. Little jump skip hop there. Let's see how it's going to be right now. Oh, that thing skip you a little bit. It's got this blade guard. Hey y'all. Camera flipped over. All right, well. Interesting. All right, well that made quick work of that oak. And I'm not even breathing heavy. Get that saw in action going. you'll burn some energy. That's a nice little saw. I like that. Man, it's one of those quiet evenings. It's warmed up quite a bit. There's a chance of rain moving in, but it hasn't gotten here yet. It's gonna be a little warm for a few days, cold at night, and then I think we got a few days later on some more cold weather moving in after the rainy weather. That's a neat little Christmas present here. Little saw thing has got some power to it. I am not sure what volt battery that is. It says 2000 something, but it's nice. Nice little saw. Appreciate it. Thank y'all. I am close to a snake. I can smell it. Snakes will produce in a defensive way kind of a musky scent, and I didn't smell it until I got about right in here. And if you look, boy, a copperhead, those snakes, chances are it is a copperhead. But it almost smells kind of like a wet dog. That's the best way I can describe it. But it is a distinctive odor that just starts wafting up. And it was right here when I started smelling it. So I think somewhere I've looked, but man, I'm gonna tell you, sometimes my wife can spot them. She is real good at spotting snakes. I'm used to be better, but I'm not spotting this one. But I was catching that scent. This little woodlot down closer to the main road. But I had planted some trees and was trying to create a hedge in here one time. It's been some years ago. And not able to spot those trees. They were Osage orange. They're growing this environment. But what I was dealing with, and I used to keep up with them a lot more. I'd come in here and these little vines would get on them and kind of start choking them out. And that may have happened. I had planted some overcut, some swamp. It's a swamp oak. It's a white oak, but they grow in swamps. I'd planted some of those in here too. And I'm just having a hard time locating them. Which this may be one of the oaks here. Yep, this is one of them. Yep, here's one of them. And I wonder if that's not my line up through there. But what I came over here to do was to look towards the shelter and see if it can be seen. It's tucked in there pretty good. I can see my flag up in there. This is nice, and there's quite a few animals that come through here. Deer and rabbits and coons, and this little creek. I have been finding a lot of sign of small game up and down it again, so they're moving up and down it. And I didn't film it, but Finley had caught a coon the other day, and we let it go. It was right there at Christmas. Told it Merry Christmas, and it scampered on off. So I'm gonna get back over towards the shelter, and I just wanted to come over and look around for a minute. It's amazing how things change over time. But those trees, I had planted them. The thing about those Osage, they have thorns on them. And people one time used to create hedgerows for security purposes because of those thorns. And I was trying to do that in here. I was going to just have a natural barrier. But these little things right here, this stuff, now that's, yeah, this is that vine. It just takes over. And it chokes things out. About to say, I thought that's one of them trees. It is one of the oak trees that I planted. This is back before I learned all about the oaks. That is a sawtooth oak, Quercus acatissima. Ah, here's another tree. I'm finding some of the trees now. See right here? This is another one of them. I'm gonna look right in here for a minute, see if I can find one of those others. Either they're all gone or I'm just looking too hard. Oh, here's another tree I planted. This is a false redwood, a metasequoia, Hedon redwood. They say that those trees were around when the dinosaurs, but you know, as I've gotten older, I started kind of reading more things about what we call dinosaurs, and that word didn't come out until in the 1800s. It means great lizard. I planted a bunch of trees in here, and that was one of them. I was planting 3 or 4 of those, and they grow in wet areas. One up closer towards the shelter is actually taller than I am now. A lot of competition right in here. I was going to build my shelter in this area, but it was real close to the road. And in this area, it'll hold a lot of water. And where I've built my shelter, it's a little higher up. See, I'm smelling that. Definitely some snakes, or a snake. Start moving through here, or it could be one of these plants. Plants will emit that odor. Some of these plants will. So, or maybe it's Bigfoot. And I said there's an odor when Bigfoot's around, huh? Y'all see Bigfoot anywhere? I think I see a deer rub. It's an older rub, but it's a rub nonetheless. Huh. That tree's still alive. That was probably from last year. You know, little woodlots like this can surprise you on what kind of deer hide out in here. And years ago, my neighbor that's next door to me, when he first moved out here, he took a picture of this big buck running across the back pasture. And I thought it was a picture from Cades Cove. But like, if y'all familiar with Cades Cove up in Tennessee, there are a lot of big deer that you see when you drive through there or ride bikes. But I got over there and I found the fence post and I saw where the deer was, and because I thought he was messing with me. But he was honest about that picture, and it was a huge buck. And I'm sure that DNA is still moving around here. Just getting a little bit of firewood. All right. Well, I made it back to the stand. And it's warmed up again. Full moon tonight. It's day 3 of the new year, and I gotta be honest with you, it's been a long year so far. Sitting here at the edge of this swamp. Hoping something will happen. Well, I'm down at the shelter and it's dark. Getting close to the end of our Christmas break. We got a nice fire going. Got a couple of my lanterns lit and my stove is roaring. Just down here enjoying some time. Being around a campfire is always nice. And having the stove going, it's always nice also. When I was walking down here just a few minutes ago, I could have sworn I heard a buck grunting right down in there. Found a fresh rub over there the other day. There's an old one and a fresh one. May walk over there in a minute, but I just wanted to, been messing with this little saw, and it actually works pretty good. Little thing is, got some power to it. Just had to learn to put a grip on it because it's wanting to kind of jump at you a little bit. But once it gets in there, it digs through it. It eats. So this is a good little trimming saw. I've been cutting up some firewood. Got my little stash going. Saving some energy there. It'll be a cool little Christmas gift here. Like it. I'm gonna walk over here and we'll look at that rub here in a second. It was too interesting. This is definitely this year's rub right here. Now, the thing I want to point out, main rub is right here. See where it's hooking, but you can also see hooking action here and here. Tine marks. That could be a decent buck right there. And then I was down here with Silas and Micah. Noticed a little bit of rubbing action right here. Look at that. At least it looks like a little bit of rubbing action. Where the head just kind of boom. So that's the thing about this little woodlot. There's deer moving through here. I know they don't hold up in here, but they do move through here. When I put that bait out, it gets them moving a little more. But that is this year's hooking action right there. That is fresh, fresh. You can even see some of the bark down there on the ground. I like seeing things like that. Gets me fire. It makes me want to come in here and sit down and hide with my gun. One thing about it here, you gotta be careful. Got neighbors around. I don't want to be shooting towards anybody's house or anything like that. Thought I'd share that with y'all. Hope you enjoyed that. I'm almost tempted to come in here with my climber. This week, I'd have to look at them things right there, boy. Ooh. That old green barrel. Excuse me. That's a good tree to climb. And the shelter's right there. But those deer move through here. They're moving. They're moving. They're moving through here. You never know. I know my brother-in-law and I were talking back about people hunting in the suburbs of Atlanta, right there along the interstate of 85 and 75, and some of the big deer that is taken right there off the interstate in the city limits. I think they're bow hunting. I don't know if they're rifle. I'm not sure what the legal limits are of shooting rifles in certain areas like that. Didn't look into it that far, but right here, it could be a granddaddy. You never know. Well, we've made it to another year. And Christmas break came and went in almost like a blink is what it felt like. It's warmed up again. I had some plans to add into this video, but with it being warm, I'm going to make another video. We've got rain pushing in, and it's going to stay warm for a few days, and then it's supposed to drop back and be cold again. I've got a couple of emergency blankets. I did a video. I think I've had this one for about 2 years now. This is the Sierra Madre emergency blanket. I see a lot of them advertised on Facebook. That's where the one I'm really excited about is this one. Look at this matcha Bigfoot bivy. I believe it's going to be a better bivy. It's definitely bigger, and I think the material is more durable. This one right here, you could not use it in too many repeats. It's first time I used it, just in that video, I believe just laying here on the ground, I put holes in it. I cannot think of the material. I always call it Mylar. I don't think that's the technical scientific name, but it reminds me of the Mylar balloons. It's reflective on one side and then the other side is orange. I haven't opened this one yet. I'm going to open it up and look at it, but I'm planning on doing a comparison video. Got a lot of other things from Bigfoot Bushcraft I'm going to get into, and I believe I'm going to do a giveaway soon. And one of the parts of the giveaway is, I believe I'm going to throw in one of the Bigfoot bivvies. I have enough to do a giveaway, and I think I'm going to put a knife in there. I love giving away those more knives. So that's my plan. I'm going to wait till it gets cool, like I said, because right now it's just too warm. Feels like springtime right now. Keep waiting for a turkey to gobble. But it's only the 1st of January. We're into like a week of it. And I know we're going to have some cold weather coming. Normally up until March, we have some of that crazy weather coming in the spring. Anyway, hopefully I'll have a good video here, a little conglomeration of that second week of the new year, the first week of the new year, second week of the Christmas break. So I hope everybody is having an enjoyable start to the new year. Happy New Year, everybody. Hope it's going to be a better one. I really do. Anyway, guys, as always, I appreciate your support. I appreciate those who leave comments and give me a thumbs up. Please hit that thumbs up button. Gets that video circulating better. And have some ideas, some things you might like to see me do. Throw it out there. Say, hey, let's do a video on something, da-da-da. And maybe I can put it together. All right, guys, y'all take it easy. Appreciate you. See ya.